Hello, so I'm going to explain my co-teaching problem-based learning mini lesson. So we were given the area of geometry and we decided to go work towards fourth grade. So our instructional objective is going to have the students, after they're placed in their groups, they're going to either use counting cubes or an iPad with a GeoBoard application. And then the students will collaboratively work together to solve the task given to them to create a garden that has a perimeter no bigger than 14 feet. And so we have two different standards that go along with this objective. And so one of them is solve problems involving measurement and conversions of measurement from a larger unit to a smaller unit. And so this is applying the perimeter formula for a rectangle in a real world problem. And so that is going to be applying it to making a garden that's no bigger than 14 feet. And then we have a second standard that is going to be more towards knowing the relative size of measurements, and that is understanding that a cube is going to be one unit that equals like a feet or a foot. So the students will already have a prior knowledge of perimeter. So they're going to work collaboratively together to solve the task. Here is our activity slash problem that the students will be working on. And again, that is making a garden no bigger than 14 feet in total, but they can make it however they want. There's no limitations besides the 14 feet. And so we differentiated our instruction by having students who need more concrete manipulatives using the cubes and grid paper so they don't totally have a grasp or concept on the concept of perimeter. And then the geoboards, they'll be given like a key to understand the spaces between each of the pegs. They'll be understanding that one unit is represented in feet. This is more abstract and advanced because they're also using technology. And then, some assistive tech or instructional technologies, the cubes and grid paper, which is low tech. And then the high tech is the iPad and the application. The assistive technology is larger grid paper, and this could be used for someone that has low vision, and they also have larger cubes that are colorful. And then the GeoPad, we are thinking about someone that could be confined into a wheelchair and not be able to use the cubes and grid paper, so they can use the iPad. And then the grid paper and cubes can also be assistive technology for someone with dyscalculia that kind of lack the number sense and need more of a concrete representation. And again, our co-teaching model is station teaching, and we wanted to do that to be able to work together in separate groups and give instruction, and then our grouping strategies based on the students' needs. So one group will need more of a concrete representation, when the others will be using electronic manipulatives. This could also be students with solid number sense and knowledge of technology. So then, sorry, I have to keep going back and forth because it wasn't recording every single time. But sorry. Anyways, Michelle will be working with the students that use the GeoBoard station, and she's basically going to explicitly, even though you're not supposed to explicitly teach, but she's going to explain how the application works without kind of doing like the I do, we do part. She's just going to give information on how it works, and just in case they've never used it. And then she's going to be just a facilitator with them, asking probing questions. Then I will be working with the students that use the grid paper and cube stations. And so I will have the students working in partners and emphasize that they can pick their partners, but it needs to be good choices. Then the students will be working on the problem together, and I'll be asking probing questions like how many feet is that side, or how many total feet do you have in the perimeter. And so then once they're done, my way of assessment, well, both assessments for both of us, informally watching them and facilitating. And then also another assessment will be for my group that they'll show me at the end their final product and be able to explain it. And also same with Michelle's group as well. And then for my group, once they're done, they can color or trace what they have made and then color it. And then for the lesson wrap up, we're going to have the kids or the students do a gallery walk to see all their peers' final products. And then also more assessment will be having students after the gallery walk raise their hand and explain their final products to the rest of the class. And so that is our lesson plan.